Alright guys, so a lot of you guys responded really well to that last full match video I posted up where I kind of, just broke down what was going through my head, what was going on, some of the mistakes I made, some of the things I did right, some of the mistakes opponents made. And so yeah, I was like, if you guys like that, if that's what you want, I'll go ahead and try and get you guys some more of that while we're waiting for this beta. God, 3 days has never felt so long. But anyways, so here you go. This is another one of the matches I did with, well, a bunch of random people I never met before, but Etchy Machete, that's one of my roommates. And so, I know we'll break it down. Alright, so this one's on Sanctuary Bridge, and I love and dislike this map. Like, during the alpha, like, one of the things I said to, like, during my review of the alpha, and I made it known to the devs that, I was trying to talk to them, not just talk to the community in whole, but I wanted different things. I wanted, like, oh, more interactable stuff in the environment, more falls that weren't fatal, but, like, because a lot of that was considered cheap. I don't think it's cheap, but a lot of it's considered cheap to push people off the edge and just kill them. So this map is nice because it has, interactable stuff where it takes timing, but it's really satisfying when you get it right. It has these falls that you could push people off, and it does damage, like worthwhile damage, but it doesn't kill them if they're at full life, and so, you feel like you earn it still. So I like that about this map, but I dislike how linear it is. Like there's ways to go around the battlefield, but it's legitimately just a straight line. But anyways, so my gameplay. I capture zone A just to get that little bit of renown real quick, just to get those 1 points per second going. And I try and avoid the battles for the most part until I can get over to C. Because, that's me. I like to get to C, hold it down, make it mine, and fight anybody who comes my way. So that's the plan. That's always my plan for this map. My plan for most maps. Which is why I can't wait to be a tank, because tanks actually get way more rewarded for sitting on a point. But that's neither here nor there. So you see I make it. I'm very excited about that because my Kensei is so goddamn slow. But cool. I catch it. And again, like I could go over to other zones, try and help out over there, but I was like, no, it's cool. Like I'm boosting points. That's like hard points are far and away the most important thing in this game mode, at least in my opinion. So I'm getting hard points. Yeah. A bad guy comes in, and I don't go for a 2v1. I say, yo, like you want her or I want her, and Etchy says he wants it, so I let him have it. I'm not trying to give my opponent revenge, not trying to 2v1. It's just better that way. So I go and I engage the person who would otherwise make it a 2v1. I was like, nah, Etchy, you get your fight done, I'll get my fight done, we're cool. So we fight, I get that throw against the wall, and we're all, like, me and him are both trying to position each other towards the instant death fall, and so we're both being very wary not to, you know, not to get pushed off. And so right here you see Etchy sees bad guys behind me. I didn't see anybody behind me. He sees it and he goes in and he covers that for me. Again, I make sure that he keeps him off the bridge so I can heal in the meantime, recuperate from my last fight, and it works out perfectly. He keeps him on the bridge, I get to heal. If they had taken 2 steps forward, I wouldn't have got the heal. I would have already been dead by now. The amount of life I just lost, it would have been over already. But see, here they are, all grouped up. I mean, we're kind of grouped up now as well. I didn't ask for it, but it's just the way it turned out. And so right now, their team isn't really getting any points. You look at the top scoreboard, it's 600 to 90. So it's like, they're not really getting much done. But see, that's just a part of the group dynamic. You group up, you get nothing done. Whereas we still have 2 zones getting stuff done, and we're fighting this out, so at least we're getting renowned. See right there where Etchy died. I was talking over, sorry, but like I told him, I was like, back out, because just like I did when I was on the bridge, and then I backed out so he could fight. I was like, yo, back out, and I can pick you up. I mean, I can not pick you up, but I can take the pressure off of you for a while. But he didn't back up. He ended up dying. It's all good. I mean, it's not that big a deal. Deaths give your opponents like 5 hard points, but it's all good. And so we're fighting it out. I'm still fighting. Like, it's funny, he asked me just now, I was like, are you still fighting? But you know me. I'm going to take a point and just fight it out for as long as I can. It belongs to me. And so we're fighting. They're still at less than 100 points. They haven't gotten much done because they refuse to, like, split their team up. So everybody's constantly just rushing towards this 1 point, and they're not getting anything done, really. So we fight it out. It's going nicely. We still got way too many people. You see now we have 4 people here and only 1 opponent. And so look, they go and they sneak A away from us because we were all grouped. And that was within, like, what is this? The last 5 minutes, that was the most important thing they've done all match. Like, Grouping, it doesn't save you. So now they took an A and B from us, mainly just because they split up. Work like a charm. And they sent only one person to capture the zone. And as you saw when we were having our first fight on the bridge, one person got closer to killing me than all three of them did. Like, mainly because of the revenge mechanic and also just because I know how to handle a 2v1. So again, just like this, a 2v1 happens, I'm fighting them out. I try and get myself like to the side so that there's not too many places they can attack me from. I see them trying to rush over, so again, just positioning, trying to get yourself away from stuff, dodging certain attacks. But mostly, like the dodge is definitely important, but you also want to, make sure that your flanks are covered, your backs are covered. Don't let them outman you. Don't let them surround you. And yeah, again, I'm not looking for kills. I'm not running around anywhere. I sit on my point, and the bad guys will come to me. So we're 5 minutes in. I already have my level 4. They all come in. But it's cool. Like, again, you look at the scoreboard, 900 to 300. We got 3 times as many points. Because, again, they're focusing all their teammates in 1 point. So here we go. I got 75% of their team. They're fighting me. They're fighting me. They finally take me down. And killing a person is worth 5 points. So they spent 75% of their team getting 5 points. But by us having both C and B at that time and boosting C, that's 3 points per second. So in a second and a half, one person already got more work done than 3 people on their team did. Again, grouping is nice in certain situations, but it's not, it doesn't really help you win. Not really. Like, not once opponents, are good at fighting multiple people at the same time, or they can just calm down a little bit, keep their nerves about them, external block, position themselves well. Grouping won't really get anything done for you or your team. So again, we have them breaking already. They take a point from us, they get it to stop, but they have such a deficit to catch up on that it's not really going to help them. And that's mainly because of the decisions they made at the beginning of the game, like the beginning of that match. Grouping over and over again and coming to the same point instead of going after the undefended points. It's just such a deficit. Okay, so he gets the guard break off. Speaking of 2v1s, when you're in a 2v1, there's like two things you want to, there's a couple things that I would recommend. Uh, Always try and lock on to the slower opponent because it's so much easier to external guard than it is to, like focus guard. So if the fast opponent is, the one you're not looking at, then as long as you know what side he's on, you'll automatically block any of the attacks. No matter how many he throws at you, no matter how fast they are, you'll block them. Cool, no problem. You want to focus on the slower opponent because it's a lot easier to block his stuff, so no big deal. Secondly, when you actually do revenge somebody, when you burst them off of you, try and focus the person on the ground because they're defenseless. Your attacks are actually going to work. Oh, yeah. Tried to save my friend, didn't work out very well. Oh well, no big deal. But yeah, see this situation. Now there's sometimes where you don't focus the person on the ground, and that's if the person who's still standing is more of a threat to you. But again, see we're fighting. She gets that hit off. We're fighting some more. I get out of that guy's shoulder bash. And again, they got all 4 of their members here on 1 point. And so they're not getting much done. It makes sense because they're so close to breaking, but it's not really doing much for them. So I'm fighting. She kicks me. I'm like, all right, cool. Got to back away from that corner. That was close. Like, a lot of fights are just, I don't know, they're close. And you can see it ends up taking a toll on you. There's like some background stress that happens when you're playing Dominion for so long. Especially if you don't die, you don't really get a break to recuperate. Uh, Spoilers, but I don't make this arrow. Imagine though? Imagine how clean that would have been. Oh well. No dice. Yeah. I'm not too worried about it. Like, I'm not trying to group up on the last guy who's still alive. I'll let him do his fighting. I do want to see it though, so I run over just to observe, not to actually get any hits in. But by the time I get even close, it's already too late. But no big deal. Yeah, I agree. There were some good battles in there, Itchy. Double advance? That just makes me so happy. Alright, so here's another fight that me and my teammates got into. And that's one of the things I'll recommend. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer for any multiplayer game, but if you can get like a couple of your friends together Not that playing with random people is bad. I've met actually a lot of good players, a lot of people that I added to my friends list. This is what playing games with random people. But if you can get a squad together with, people you actually know, people you could trust, people you can grow with, then you'll actually have some good results coming out of that. You can coordinate a little better. You know each other's strengths and weaknesses. You could accommodate for that, and you can just like everything works out a little better. But at the same time, that's not to disparage people from finding other people to play with, random people they never met before.
Yep,
But
they're all
it
a
just
team.
helps when you can like bond and grow and learn together. That's I don't know. I
Yep.
love that about team games. But I was one of those people who fell in love with Evolve too, and people hated that game. So take that with a grain of salt.
Let's do it.
Anyways, another fight on Sanctuary Bridge. I'll definitely try
Fighting
and look through my clips,
Apollo.
see if I can find some other full matches not on Sanctuary Bridge, but I don't know. We just kept getting this map a lot, which is weird because as I told you guys, I don't actually like this map that much. It's really too
Why?
linear
Yeah, I was
for
like,
me, but it's
why?
okay. Oh, in the background, we're talking. Actually, showing me this video. We're like, I don't know why.
Okay,
Like
so
these
here's what
friends are
happened.
having a
So in the
prank
fire,
war
right, the
and
those
they
guys
light each other on fire, and I was like, whoa,
called a
that's
fire.
not a prank. But anyways,
Like, I was just,
doesn't matter. All right, so here we go. Same thing as last time. I like to go and try and capture A real quick so I get that quick boost in renown and then go. Now my
thank
teammates
you,
know
bro.
that
I
my guy's
appreciate it.
super slow, and so you see they gave me a head start and they already catch up.
Yep.
And right now they're getting mad at me because I'm slowing them all down by taking up all the space.
Yep.
And so they're like, "You're being
Yep.
selfish." I'm like, "Yep," but it's all good. So again, I see my friend fighting. I don't turn it into a 2v1. I'm just like, I know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get to C. I don't worry about it. Now I see the marker for external block, so I stop and get ready to engage, but nothing happens. So I decided to just go ahead and get to C and fight them there, just to stop them from getting points. They'd already captured C,
Ooh.
and I was like, I could fight them over
Ooh.
there,
Ooh.
in
He's
the
cracking my
corridor or
face
whatever.
open.
But then they'll still be
Can't
getting that
fight
one
me.
point per second. So I
Good
decided get
shit.
into their base,
Big
ignore
time.
them for now, and then
Talk
fight
shit,
them
get
here.
hit.
Now it was funny. I actually was like, "You can't fight me," and then I
Son
got
of
beat
what?
up.
Oh,
So
these are both bad guys. I thought that was you,
never try
Darius.
and
That
talk
sucks.
mess because that's when you get beat up. You gotta stay humble. Now I'm getting 2v1, which
No,
is
I'm
funny because I
fighting
wasn't
Ray.
ready for a
He was about
2v1.
to
I
fight
thought
me.
that was my younger brother, Mega DJ, but instead it was a different Nabushi. And right there, you see I canceled my overhead heavy. The overhead heavy,
Thank you, Tyler.
unblockable, does more damage, and it would have hit. He couldn't have got out of it, but I would have got interrupted
But
from the
if you could
back
chase her
by
out so
that
I could heal,
Nabushi.
that'd be great.
So I
Pressure,
had to
pressure. Don't
cancel
let
and
him
move
back
out
in.
the way in order
There,
to actually
perfect.
finish him.
That was
Otherwise,
beautiful.
I probably would have lost that.
Oh,
Then I had my
yeah,
my
no, that,
friend
oh
Tyler,
shit.
my friend Thunder.
Ah!
He moved the bad guy out of the way,
Father.
so I got to heal
Thank
for a
you.
little bit. But again, just the
Thank you.
stress of battle, like I didn't even see this next guy come in. And you
No,
could hear
you
it in my
should have did.
breathing. I was like, oh no. And so like I'm making sloppier moves, like much sloppier moves.
Alright, for
Like
right
right
now,
now,
you're right.
fighting somebody who's in
You shouldn't
revenge,
have been picking me up, Jose. I believe in you.
you gotta play a little bit more defensive or at least guard break.
Not
You're not
true.
gonna interrupt
Not
somebody
necessarily.
in revenge. And so that was just a bad call on my point,
Let's wait
on
for
my part at
2v1.
least.
Either that or
As I
just
said,
push him
like the
off the
stress
ledge.
of battle, it actually makes you,
Is someone near me?
not makes you, maybe it's just me, I don't know.
Can
But
I get a pickup?
I definitely make worse
Woo! Good
moves.
job, man.
But instead of respawning, I let my teammates pick me up, and here we go. We have
What's up?
just a lot of
I got
people
you.
here, and we're picking each other up. We're taking care of
I
each
don't pick
other.
up as
One
fast as
person
you
will
do,
hold the
though.
aggro, hold the attention, while the rest of us pick up our teammates. And see, this is another one where I make a mistake. I hear Josue asking for help, and I go and try and help him, but I hit the wrong
Oh,
person. I'm actually
that
fighting
was my
Tyler's
fault. I
opponent.
thought you were
It
Josue.
gives his opponent revenge, and he loses that fight, and it's actually my fault. Even though I went to try and help, it was, you know, 2v1 is not
I'll take
necessarily
you.
the
I'll
best
take you
thing. I
right
got my
now.
friend killed.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
But, I make up for it. I finish his opponent, execute him, pick up Tyler, and
It's
it's
not as
good to
fast
go.
as Darius. I apologize. Darius is good as shit at that.
Then the person I
I
actually
got
wanted
you.
to
I got
help,
you.
Etching Machete, then I get to pick him up as well.
I know
While my younger
you're holding
brother
them all
holds the
so
bad guys
perfect.
on
That's the only
bay,
reason I was
like
able to
at
pick
bay,
them up.
sorry. And so that allows me to pick up the
Because you
team.
kept
And
me
again,
busy.
so
Oh,
we get our
fuck
whole team
yeah.
back to normal.
Teamwork, dude. That
We're
was
still
the
holding it
cleanest
down.
teamwork I think
But
I've
now
seen
we've
us do.
lost B, which is, it's not the worst
Like,
thing
me
in the
and
world.
Etchy's 2v4 was
But
pretty
instead of
nice,
dealing
but
with that, we
that one,
go, we hear
I'm
Etchy scream for
coming.
help. I'm like, fine, we'll go help out.
Right
So we
there.
run,
It's
and
a
now it's going to be
fucking
a
team
team
fight
fight.
on a
We got
bridge.
it's low. There's not a lot of room, so
You're
it
not
forces
blocking
me to
this.
kind of do
Cover him
overhead
while I execute
attacks.
him.
Because from either side, I would either hit the bridge or
Okay,
hit
that
one of
way
my
we're not gonna mix
teammates,
back
and
up.
that's going to interrupt their combos, going to interrupt me. It's just not worth it. So you see a lot of overheads, and that's what I'd
Combo. He's
recommend
gonna
if you ever do get
burst.
into a team
Yep.
fight, or if you're ever doing 2v1s, like where you have
Of course you did.
allies. It's unfortunate, but go ahead and try and hit from the top and time it though,
Team
because
fight in that
if
small
they
area.
block
That
one of
was
your
good shit.
teammates or even parry one of your
Hey, yo,
teammates,
they backdoored us.
then they'll automatically block or parry you. Now you see, instead of joining in that team fight, this guy went and got one of our zones away from us, and our other, like B, is still taken away from us. So because we were grouping, even though we
Almost
had
had the
such a
stamina.
great lead before,
There.
now it's about 500 to, well, so we capture the zone.
I'm
But
already level
it was a
4.
lot closer once they decided to stop grouping and
Nice.
split up. But yeah, after all that fighting, not looking for kills. Again,
That was
I stuck
crazy.
my zone and just fought anything there, and
You
that was
got
it. Already
so
level
many
4, like
takedowns
4 minutes
so
into the
early.
4 minutes into the match. Sorry.
Hey, they're going to ours. They're going to ours. Chase him.
Yep.
Tyler, you fast guy.
Exactly. Like
Come
I
on. They stop.
don't
They
have the
stop and
speed
engage
for
on
it, so
whoever
I
that is.
spend our assassin and I send my friend Thunder to go to take care of
Blaze
it.
back up. It's 2v1.
Yep. And I see him, and now we start 2v1. This, I want him to back up because I don't like fighting Abushis in corridors. It's just not good. And Warlord, same thing. Like, they'll use walls against you. So you kind of want to choose your battlefield. But I guess he wasn't listening. I was like, I could either leave him to die, which is messed up, or I can go in even though it's a bad engagement. So again,
Alright,
outposition
the
her,
other one.
get her to fall down. I'm at half life when I start this fight.
I got you.
And I was trying to save him, but it was too late. And so knowing this, I should have backed up. I should have stopped, but I didn't. And so this gives him revenge. And again, as I was telling you, revenge is horrible. Now what I should have done is just back off. I could have backed off easily, it would have been fine. But I think, again, that stress of battle and wanting to kill him quickly so I could revive my little brother.
I know.
Instead of making the smart choice,
But
I just
already at
get
level-
myself
not
killed
level, but I was
essentially.
already at half life from fighting Nabushi. She was
So
good at keeping
now
me
again,
at
they're
range,
turning
dude.
it up.
She was like,
Not turning it
"You're
up.
not
They're
hitting me,
lowering that
I gotta
deficit
deflect."
slowly but surely, and
Deflect will
it's
carry.
just
That's
it's a
literally
really
the
smart
only way
move.
that I got in because that hallway, like hallways are good for Nabushi's days. Like that's just an over. Like that shit is good. Oh, I forgot I'm already level 3. I could have just bow and arrowed him and ended it. My bad,
You
dude.
gotta remember your feats. I didn't use a single feat there, which is a shame, because that's one of the parts of Dominion. Like, you change the battlefield, you change the whole dynamic of the fight
You got this.
by
Liz.
using revenge. I'm not revenge, by using your
I'll help
feats.
you out right now.
See, I go in, try and help out my friends, and it's working. Yeah, see, you hear my brother saying, "Oh God," and like he's getting beat up, but his opponent's out of stamina. So I'm like, this is a chance to end it real quick. We end that one, it's good to go. Then I clear up some minions, just to do it. Just earn us some points, trying to clear up B. And I'm already here, and my character's not fast. He's not fast at all. So you try and do what you can where you're at, but don't worry too much about roaming the battlefield. At least not in my opinion. If you're fast, like as I said with Thunder, I said him because he's fast. He can afford to do that. Again, so I'm fighting this guy off because I saw teammates were already up there. I don't need to group with them. Fight this guy one-on-one. Go ahead and end it. One thing I want to say about the bow and arrow, try not to start with the bow and arrow. Try and only use the bow and arrow when you know it's going to kill somebody, because, it's guaranteed kill. As opposed to fighting them, possibly getting them revenge, possibly just making them run away. Like, you want to finish it with the bow. So again, like, I see them fighting. I don't interrupt it. It's a 1v1. Cool. Now this guy, I'll go ahead and fight. Because again, like, grouping up on somebody. And see, he got revenge, which is kind of dirty, but I don't know. It's just the way the game works. So he pushes me off. See, that's one of the things I love about this map. Like, you do get punished hard for, like, bad positioning. He pushed me off the edge, got me down to a piece of life. Had he followed up with the, the drop kill, I would have died. Now I go heal. Like, dying next to my friends isn't going to help them at all. So, unfortunately, I do back off. I go and just try and get some life back. Because, I mean, a dead man isn't much help to his teammates.
Oh, they picked their friend back up. Alright, I'm back. Okay. Jump off the edge, jump off the edge.
So I'm telling my brother, I'm like, yo, like, don't fight a fight that you're not going to win. That's not going to help you at all.
We'll stay together.
And so instead of running in one at a time, I tell my teammates, I'm like, all right, let's go in together. It's way better. We can end it like that.
Yep. Are you here? Oh, shit.
And so I wait to group up. Yeah, and I'm telling them, I was like, watch out for arrows, like, because you got to be aware of your opponent's feats as well, and they use it. I'm like, all right, cool, guys.
Where do you guys want to fight at?
And so right now I'm trying to plan with them. I'm like, all right, where do you guys want to fight at? I get through, and they say they want to fight at C pretty much. And I remember, I was like, let's group up.
Oh, I'm a backdoor it. Hey, you guys. Don't
so I decide,
but get their attention.
Yeah, right. What I said right there was like, don't engage, but get their attention. So I'm gonna go around from the back. Then when I'm ready, we're all supposed to go in together. But they don't really listen. They start fighting a 3v4 before I get there, and it doesn't work out very well for them.
They're all bitches.
Yeah, I cast the aura. I activate my feats.
Get off my brother. Oh,
and then I get hit. I get hit by the stun bomb. And so yeah, see, by the time I actually get into the fight, like most of my teammates are already dead. That's the part of that coordination thing. I was like, had we listened, had they just, got their attention but not actually engaged, by the time I showed up, we would have got to just smash on them. It would have been fine. And again, see, I lose energy, but I got revenge, so it's cool. We're fighting it out.
Yeah.
And see, they do it really nicely where they like fight me 3-on-1, but at the same time it's staggered in a way that it's kind of like a 1-on-1 or 2v1. And it works. He feints a couple moves,
Somebody hurry and
blasts
help
the guy
me.
with a bow,
I can't hold this
but
up
I'm
much
not
longer.
able to like stop them from picking up their
Damn, I'm
friends.
dead.
And now I'm dead. And that's
Oh,
I
I
was
gotta
like,
pick up their friend.
had we had all been there at the same time, it would have been solid. But I guess between miscommunication
We
or
gotta
just
go in all together.
gung ho, foolhardiness, like we got separated, and it ended up with us not being able to finish that. And so, while I'll definitely say what's wrong with grouping, I'll put in this one caveat: if you're breaking, go ahead and group. It's it's just a survival mechanism, and it's smart for you. Don't group and roam. Just group, hold down a fort, and try and protect each other. Picking up your friends is the most important thing you can do when breaking, because they see that we're at enough hard points that no matter what point, no, if we lost B or C, it wouldn't matter. It'd still be breaking. So grouping is the best thing they can do. All right. And so I'm waiting for my team to group. We're all getting in a position and we
Alright,
go
guys,
up.
I'm with you.
And see, again, this is where feats are really important, as you guys will see. Because we all run in, he drops a bomb, and burns up a lot of my teammates. And so right now, it's me and this guy just fighting on the bridge. The teammates I came in with, nowhere to be found. Good use of feats, good planning, all that stuff. So they push me off, and again, it just takes me out of battle for a while, which that's one of the greatest merits of this map, which is what, like, even though I don't like it because it's so linear, that's just awesome. But we win due to time, which is it's sad. It's sad, but it's actually commendable. I commend the opponent team for being able to do that to us. And you see again, 14-3, good score, but we could have done better with a
I
little
do
bit more
want to see
coordination.
that replay though because we had some good team fights.